A very warm welcome to YILDIZ Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I'm a twin flame, I'm a soul coach, as well as a twin who's in union. Now, if you do need creative content like this, guided support, please come and join us. We're live every Friday, as above on the screen. Click the bell and you'll get the update. Now, the Members Hub has a separate private room away from Karmics. If you need the help, come and join. What we cover here on this channel is synchronicities, animal totems, psychic development, ascension symptoms, how the astrology can affect your twin flame path, and more. So if this is the tribe for you and you want this content, come and join the tribe. It's a very supportive environment and we are all developing and growing and we can have each other on this journey. Now, yes, I have a website. There's an information video on the website to help you book. We also have webinars and other energies of group sessions as well as private sessions. Now, without further ado, let's get into the creative content for this video and see what's coming up inside the energy. Love and light, guys. Grab a cuppa, sit back and relax and enjoy. Hi guys, welcome back. We're here to do the masculine water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and those of them who are dealing with a karmic. Now, we call this the dark karmic energy. I have pulled the cards. I've also pulled the cards for the masculine, and we'll get into it. Now, I am seeing that the way the karmics are dealing with the situation with divine masculine water signs is, okay, they're being cautious, but they're being a little bit critical towards themselves, and they're having this rude awakening. So, you know, their crowning energy, they've got both Mercury through the chakra cards. They've got offerings in reverse, and we'll see the Abraham Hicks card. I imagine my desired life for 15 minutes every day. It's like that. It's just they don't even know how they got here. Okay, they don't know how they've been cut off, and they also. They're having to take very, very gradual steps, but things are taking them a lot longer than usual. We're going to get into it, okay? Their mind at the moment is guided to, they're losing faith, okay? So they're thinking of things, and it could be a connection. It might be they're not knowing how to manifest. They're basing situations on a falsity, but they're being cautious. And this can be a little bit of fear-based frequency. Also that things are moving very slow. They're wanting to assert themselves, but they feel as though they're not getting anywhere fast. Mercury retrograde might have hit us all pretty hard, and you know, no human really is immune to the circumstances. As we've moved through the full moon in Capricorn, it is directly changing all of our lives collectively. For the karmics at the moment, it really marks a time in space where it's sort of D-Day, okay? It's like, is this working? Do I see myself being here in a year, a week? A lot of us are wanting to hold on to that of what we know with the two eclipses we experienced. But this karmic in particular is a little bit in fear-based frequency. So that there could be a lack of communication. They're wanting communication, they're wanting movement. So even if this is in their mindset and they're trying to be very, you know, gentle with the way they're approaching things, it might be due to the demeanor that divine masculine has taken on with them. Now, they're thinking back to who this person used to be. Some of them might be thinking about another person, but it does feel in their own life that they're having to be their own masculine. But I do feel this great reflection of, you know, who the person used to be over who they are today. It kind of isn't matching, but then nostalgically looking at the past, they feel something has been taken from them, and they're really wanting to have the connection. Now, they don't, it's almost like they've got where they're standing right now. They could be entertaining another energy. They may be feeling that this person has chivalry, has, you know, all the right words, but ultimately what it's equaling in is toxicity. Now, some of the karmics may be entertaining another individual. Some of the karmics may be feeling as though divine masculine has moved on and they're trying to fill their time with other energies, but the shadow energy is some circumstances in their life aren't playing out the way they had intended. Now, let me explain, and I have pulled a ruin. What I'm seeing for this group is potentially if something has gone down, which I'm sensing it has, they're occupying themselves with things that maybe aren't of the highest of octane. And what do I mean by that? It could be avoidance of issues. It might be avoidance of finances, obligations, and it may be due to the fact everything's moving so slow. They're going through a healing state. But I am seeing two individuals here. I'm seeing maybe them not coping with a family-related dynamic, maybe wanting to have a bit more fun and not wanting that sense of responsibility due to it feeling quite burdensome. And I do feel the stir craziness almost getting the better of them during this Mercury retrograde. And what with a lot of us being at home, I do feel if they've been quite stagnant in that cycle, they're needing to shake it up and have some fresh environment, but the burdens may be quite large at hand at this point. Now, the ruin that they have relates to both Saturn and Uranus, and it's in reverse. It does link to man, mankind, Aquarius, which makes perfect sense astrologically. So it relates to man, Aquarius, fire, water. On a mundane, the self, the individual family member, friendships, associations, rational race intelligence, and rational intelligence. Transcendental consciousness, the individual as a microorganism, shaman, spiritual healer. Now it's in reverse: depression, mobility, gullibility, blindness, and self-delusion. It reassures us that we are who we need to be, no more or no less. That we are dignified by having been made in the likeness of Gaia, and that as such we are in a privileged position. We have the capacity to transcend our failures, mortal bodies, and share in the eternal consciousness of a whole. Humanity is a marvelous thing and worthy of being cherished. When reversed, we are counseled and honored the mystery of the ruin, and resist the forces of materialism that threatens to destroy our relationships with the universe. Know that you are. So, like I said, what I'm getting is this person potentially might have chosen this connection based on maybe codependency. But even if we push that to the side, because we have caution here, because we're having a situation based on a falsity, offerings, maybe abundance not coming in, things going very slow, Pisces, Neptune and Pisces and Jupiter and Pisces, we may initially get to a space where we are going into codependent actions to sidetrack that of which is ugly. So I do feel these individuals are maybe faced with a lot of adversity, potentially don't have the tools to address it. And this could be addictive tendencies coming in, celebrating, partying, going out, not adhering to social responsibilities. Saturn, a lot of restriction is bringing these things up. And it really, the writing was on the wall at the beginning of the year. And this can be just dramas happening in families, a lot of things going down and projecting it towards the external. Now, I do feel they're trying to find a solution, but the solution may not be the obvious. And that could be because they're still healing. And I do feel it could be a third-party energy. I do feel they're really having to knuckle down. And I feel, if anything, the sacrifices that they're going through at the moment are that of a karmic lesson. And they also feel they have sacrificed quite a bit. And again, this can be a mindset because remember, Mercury, going stationary, and then it's sort of up in our minds, and we've had a lot of conditioning and lineage coming up. It's old habits die hard. And so, the mindset of the broken record of us saying, look, victim consciousness, we felt this way, this isn't changing, why isn't this changing? Universe is asking them to look at a different way of doing something, and they are trying to really get it in hand, but there could be, like I said, addictive tendencies here. They're trying to overcome this habit, which can be self-sabotaging. They're also trying to come to terms with the things that are calling them, but it could be very difficult. This could be a very depressive time at this point for these pockets of individuals. Now, I do feel some of them are seeking counsel. This can be seeking a psychic medium to find out what is going on and how to deal with the circumstance. And, sometimes those things can be beneficial, more from a mindset if the person is able to pick where the frequency is and guide them into their personal ascension. Again, habits, old habits dying hard. This can be people, places, and things, addictive tendencies, maybe even seeking out shamans to, kind of move this back into their favor, but also to give them some sense of guidance about, really what they're doing. I do feel they could have a strong intuition, but it's more based on survival instincts. And they know that they're going to have to be pretty rational, because ultimately the foundation of this connection is in the death position. The bottom row I did pull based on the reality of where it stands. In their mind, they are aware that they've got to do something. In their life foundation, they're having to be cautious due to something that has transpired, as well as being pulled in various directions. Now, I do feel this family-related dynamic is pretty heavy. I also feel the codependent attribute of things, maybe avoidance of subject matters, nostalgia of how divine masculine used to be. And this could even be their ideal of what they thought they were buying into. The foundation is something is coming to an end. There has been a total end of a scenario ship in the way they've been dealing with it. And this has forced them to have to be extremely realistic. Now, if this had been a previous separation and it already has transpired, I feel as though, it's the dust is, so to speak, settled and the reality check has hit. And they feel that their options are quite limited. This could be due to, again, family-related dynamics, maybe not having the tools in life to be able to achieve it, and everything taking a long time. And I just feel this real tedious energy. So ultimately speaking, from a foundation point of view, it's forcing them to actually be really, really logical about what they can and can't do. But there is a lot of emotions and resentment relating to... what do you call it? What has transpired. I also feel for some, there is a subject matter relating to betrayals coming up, but on this occasion, it is relating to them and their behavior, not divine masculine on this occasion. And we always attract that of what we are. So, these things can happen for us to learn lessons, but it may be that this person had not come to terms with another person or felt insecure and chose to look outside the connection. I also feel that this could be 3 people. There could be also confusion relating to parent energy. But we'll get into it. Yeah, they may be waiting on some communication, and this communication may be about, again, a love interest, directly from divine masculine if they're angry and they feel that they've been betrayed. But again, they've kind of got this reality check that they don't think they're going to be hearing from this individual, not of what they're wanting to hear right now. Ultimately speaking, the outcome at this point is there is a lot of stress in this person's life. And again, there could be a lot of injustices and a backlash of karmic energy that they are dealing with, and it's things that are hidden, and they're sort of coming at left field, point blank zero, and it is feeling overwhelming and burdensome. Now, I did pull the cards for divine masculine, and we will go into the extension shortly, but we're going to briefly tap into how they are directly looking at this connection. And look, the crowning energy is separation. They do ultimately feel that this karmic connection was a no-win situation. They also feel that they had outgrown the direct dynamic. If they are in the connection, they are feeling it is extremely unstable, and it is affecting their aura and how they're feeling within it. They're very unhappy. What's on their mind is to do with, leaving accommodation. And this could be if they're sharing of assets, if they even feel part of the family, if they have questions relating to with this temptation energy and the betrayal within the family, if this in fact is theirs. Now, all their cards are pretty ick, I'll be perfectly honest, and it does make sense through these transits at the moment. We had 2 eclipses back to back. We've had the full moon in Capricorn. Astrologically speaking, masculines are tapping into their spirituality, where they're really at, as well as their emotional body, their pain body experience, and owning their power. So I feel that logically they are looking at these circumstances. and having to face the shadow of it. It's almost like, okay, the veil's been dropped. What is this? How do I see it? How do I feel about it now? And I do feel if it has been lingering and ongoing, it's really coming to a head. This might have been a team that really joined up in a very unfortunate time. And maybe due to the fact it could have been that, look, this was flowing really smoothly, but where it stands right now, there could be a lot of issues really playing it, and bickering, let's put it that way. Bickering, two parties really on the not on the same page. I do feel some of them could, if they are still in the same house, really not be in the same bedroom. You know, maybe trying to get it back to where it needs to be, and this person walking on eggshells, but ultimately knowing the foundation of this connection, whatever this betrayal was, it really has come to a head. Now, I feel they're looking back. Masculines are looking back and, you know, just feeling quite lost. Feeling that they potentially didn't see this coming. But really looking back and seeing how lost they were at the same time. Okay? Yeah, not happy. Looking back, and they feel they haven't been happy for a while, so they're really having to honor it. I mean, it's really breaking their heart, but it's because they're doing something that doesn't resonate with them anymore. Okay? They know this is heartbreaking, but it's more, I feel they're looking at it thinking, I have been enduring so much. You know, this is really not healthy. This is causing me stress. We're not resonating on the same level. This in a foundation has dead. We just haven't really, you know, cut that umbilical cord. Stay tuned for the snippet to see how the extension is going to play out. Otherwise, I've also you during the week, what with the lives, the twin flame reads, the psychic energies, and more. So I'll see you on the other side. Stay tuned for the snippet. Divine masculines feel as though this is really going nowhere, and they're really quite fed up of where this has gone, and they really have the absolute clarity that in the future the only place it's going is nowhere. They are really fed up. They're fed up. There may be a circumstance playing out with the child, as I mentioned up here. So let's get into the read and see how this circumstance is going to play out and what Divine masculine is going to do. Love and light. I'll see you soon. Thanks guys for joining us. You can find the link for the join section directly below the video or on the main page with the join button. The schedule for my live sessions will come to you through the community tab, so remember to click the bell and you'll know whereabouts I am and when I'm coming to you live. We do have super chats capped at $11 because the twin flame room is $11. Otherwise, I will see you during the month for the psychic updates, the twin flame videos and the astrology.